This. It's the night before a big project is due and you've had weeks to prepare. You promise yourself you get it done, maybe even early, but somehow the days slip through your fingers and suddenly you find yourself stuck on the day or even night that it's due. Panic sets in as you realize the enormity of your task ahead. Procrastination has struck again, leaving you overwhelmed and stressed, questioning whether or not you'll be able to turn in your project on time. How many of you found yourself putting off important tasks until the very last minute? Today, I'll share some strategies and techniques for managing time effectively, improving productivity, and overcoming procrastination to help you achieve your goals. When faced with multiple tasks and a limited time, it's important to determine which tasks are most important and require immediate attention. By prioritizing, you can ensure that you focus your energy and resources on tasks that align with your goals, and which ones will have the greatest impact. If you have a smaller, annoying assignment due this week or maybe tomorrow, then a larger one due in about 2 weeks, it would make more sense to complete the smaller one first, then work on the larger one in day-to-day intervals. Some strategies, such as working in short focused bursts of about 30 or 45 minutes, then taking a break, setting goals with the acronym SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, and prioritizing tasks based on urgency and importance. Let's go over a SMART goal example about completing schoolwork. So the specific would be, I will complete this speech assignment on time. Measurable, I will complete the outline by Tuesday, I'll practice the speech on Wednesday, I'll complete and upload the speech by Thursday evening. It could also be working on an assignment for an hour a day. That's a very shortened example of the measurable. That's if you have procrastinated and you are now a few days away from needing to turn in the speech. The attainable part, I've written outlines before, I've been provided an outline on Blackboard, and I have a reasonable amount of time to complete this project. I also have the professor's contact for help. The relevant part would be, I not only want to pass the class, but I also want to make sure I do well. The time-bound part is I'll start a week in advance to give myself plenty of time. I'll have the draft completed a week in advance, the outline completed a few days in advance, and the final speech a day in advance. This ensures that everything is finished and ready to turn in by the time it's due, with some wiggle room if something happens or you forget. The reasons you procrastinate might be unique to you as an individual. So it's important to figure out what your underlying cause for procrastination is and address it. Some tips to help manage procrastination are setting up boundaries and accountability with yourself, and putting work first over unimportant tasks or hangouts. I know it's really easy to go and do something you want, like play video games, go hang out with friends, or just doom scroll on TikTok, but it's time to get up and do the work. Using visualization like to-do tasks, project or day trackers, setting alarms on your phone, and planners provide structure. I know I have an alarm for like every 5 minutes on my phone. This could be an example of a task manager. You can pause to read it. That's usually what I do. I like to keep track of deadlines and what I complete on time as motivation, and then change what doesn't work and not necessarily beating myself up too hard about it. Other psychological factors could play into your inability to stop procrastinating. If you feel like you have a fear of failure or struggle with perfectionism, those might be leading to a lack of motivation or leave you unsure of where to even start. I've definitely been there. It's important to notice these and address them in a healthy way. This is where positive self-talk helps with procrastination habits so you don't discourage yourself. Talking to your professor can also be beneficial, as most of them are understanding and can give you starting points or helpful tips. To bring all of that together, prioritize your tasks based on importance and urgency. Focus your energy and resources on tasks that align with your goals and have the greatest impact. Complete smaller tasks first before tackling the big ones. Break those large tasks into manageable chunks and work on them incrementally. Use strategies like the 30-minute break and burst technique, using the SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Identify the underlying causes of your procrastination and address them. Set up your own boundaries and accountability measures with yourself without being too mean to yourself, because that'll just discourage you more. Use visualization tools like to-do lists, project or day trackers, alarms, and planners. I know my planner was full of everything by the end of the semester. Recognize and address your psychological factors like fear of failure or perfectionism. Practice positive self-talk and seek support from professors, friends, or mentors. And remember, progress in learning what works for you from your failures is better than perfection.